All right. So next topic I want to talk about. I had an issue, guys. I had an issue. And I'm going to be straightforward with you because that's what I do. I like to just come straight at you. I don't like to sugarcoat it or dance around it. I had an issue with the Rev 7. I had an issue twice with the Rev 7, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I was supposed to be on a call this week with Pioneer, but I have been a little busy getting prepped for this coming up weekend. Basically, with the Rev 7 on day one in Tennessee, it kept having like little shorts and stuff in it. Like I'd be playing, and I'm going to highlight this in the video, so definitely stay tuned to the gig log for that. But I'd be playing, and all of a sudden, it would just kind of die out. Like, you know, like let's just say I'm playing Spice Girls, so it's like, if you want to be my lover, you got to be with my, like it's like at least a second or half a second drop, and it's very noticeable to anybody who hears music or listens to music. Very noticeable. And this didn't just happen once. It was happening throughout the night. And I didn't know what would change it. Like I would take points and stuff throughout the night and not in the middle of dancing, of course, just like when we had to stop and do something, I would stop, unplug the USB from the laptop and turn off the Rev 7 for like 30 seconds and turn it back on, and it would be good for a while, and then it would get to that point again and it would just start doing it. Now, at first I thought it was power. I definitely thought it was power. The DJ I was the young man that I was DJing for, you know, like I said, he's a fellow DJ, and he uses the Rame 1, and he says he never has any problem and stuff out of it. But, you know, he was trying to troubleshoot and stuff as well, and he could tell, and it was a little embarrassing and stuff because, you know, you go to somebody's event and you're trying to mix, and they brought you there, you know, because of the style of DJ you are, and you don't want to have any malfunctions when it comes to your system. I mean, everything else worked beautifully. I mean, the moving heads, the uplights, the both lighting, I mean, all that stuff worked great. But the Rev 7 was the issue. So I go into day number 2, and I'm like, okay, maybe it was because I had the lights and everything going off of one circuit. I had the speakers, the lights, and those draw too much power, and the Rev 7 needs its own circuit. So at day number 2, where I was set up at, I had a power that went to the left and a power that went to the right. And so I just ran the Rev 7 off the power that went to the right, and I ran speakers and lights and everything off of the power that went to the left. And, you know, everything sounded, you know, good and stuff until we got to almost the end. Like the last hour, I started having issues again. And it wasn't as blatant as the one in Tennessee. It was just like, okay, I would be mixing and a song's coming in and it would do a hesitation. It would be like a hesitation and stuff in the song. So it would just go, like low. It would be, you know, she hit the floor. Next thing you know, shorty got low. It'd be that hesitation right there, and it would actually throw my mixing and stuff off as I'm trying to mix the second song. And it didn't matter which side I did it from. The second song would have a hesitation, so it would come in beating on time, and then all of a sudden that side would stop just slightly and throw it the whole song off. All in the Rev 7. All while I was using the Rev 7. It frustrated the mess out of me. It was absolutely crazy. So I thought I was crazy. I put everything on or back into the 1000 SRT and for Sunday. And I said, okay, I'm not going to have this problem and stuff, at least at one of these events. And I took the SRT out there. I had zero problems. Zero. So it's not my laptop. It's not the plug or the power. It's the board. It's got to be the board. And I love the Rev 7 because I was able to do some different stuff with it. I love it. When it works, it's fantastic. But Lord have mercy when it doesn't. When it doesn't, it makes you, well, at least to me, it makes you feel like I want to just take this thing and chuck it. It sucks. But let me know in the chat how you guys get through system malfunctions. You know, if you have an issue and stuff with your board, your mixer or a light or something not going and you're in the middle of your event, you know, do you completely stop and tend to it? Do you find moments where you can kind of switch out stuff and plug stuff up? I mean, you know, for all those who told me that you have backup equipment and stuff like that, like, what are you doing? Are you stopping in the middle of the event and going to your backup? Like, how are you handling that situation is what I'm trying to get at. What's the best way to handle that situation? Because I just found quick solutions by turning it off, unplugging it and stuff on the side, plugging it back in, only 30-second increments and doing that. And then I just gave up and stuff on the last one. I just gave up. I just was like, I'm using the SRT, and the SRT was beautiful. It just made me feel more like I don't want to say a push button DJ, but I was mixing more with beat matching with the SRT, whereas I could actually scratch and stuff on with the Rev 7. That's what I really like. Like I like the fact that it's got the moving platters and stuff like that, and I can actually scratch on it because I had a couple combos that sounded fantastic. But I was so scared to mix because I didn't know what I was going to get on the other side of the sound. It sucked, man. It's you'll see me. I'll talk about it in the gig logs and stuff that are coming up, but man, it was so frustrating. So let me know in the comments how you guys handle, you know, issues and stuff that come up with your system while you're at the event. And let me tell you a couple things that didn't happen. So like I said, we thought it was the power at first in Tennessee. It wasn't. We thought it was the laptop and gig number 2. It wasn't. The temperature and stuff between both gigs was anywhere from 75 degrees to 80 degrees. And let me also say this. In the August gig that I did, where I was just kind of kicking, you know, back and doing that, I had 0 issues in the August gig with the Rev 7. 0. Not one issue with the Rev 7 at all. So stir that around in the pot and just let me know what you guys think.